Thing is, I'm not gonna be miserable and work myself to death for a job that would replace me within the week had I died. You know what I mean? Like you basically signing up, and not saying that there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, but make sure when you do, you have goals and aspirations and things that you want to work toward. Make sure you're building your own. So I can work 9 to 5 on your clock because you decided to live your dream.
Yeah.
Or I can do that same 9 to 5. I can stack up, I contribute to that dream, I contribute to yours, stack up, and then invest in my own, and then boom, do the same thing.
Dog.
You know what I mean?
You
like,
better go ahead with this, man. I'm about to just give you a collection plate. Cause I feel like you need an offering. I ain't even gonna hold you, dog. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Already rolling. Man, oh man, I've been excited for this one.
Yes, sir.
I've been excited for it. I ain't gonna lie to you, we getting right into it.
Oh, yes, sir.
What's your all-time favorite color?
Red. Easy.
Floor is ready for you, my guy. It looks way more impressive at night.
Oh, that's all
It looks
good.
way more impressive at night. But hey, man, like I said, appreciate you in the whip, man.
Yes, sir.
We're just gonna get straight to it. You gotta tell me first and foremost, man.
Yeah.
What motivates you? Other than not music or anything, what motivates you purely just to say, all right, let me get up and be great?
Man, so if I can narrow it down, I had to first start off with my faith, obviously.
Yes, sir.
To the content of my music, it's all
Sure.
Christ-centered. I know everybody got their own thing, but you know that's always been me. So I want to, in everything that I do, I just want to make sure that God gets the glory. You know what I mean?
Respect,
And
man.
so and then next after that, I went through this real bad period of anxiety and depression, like clinically diagnosed.
Okay.
And then I got so bad, like I was in the house like 23 hours a day, only went outside just to get sunlight or probably get food and come back.
Word.
And so it was that bad. And so like being in that place for so long, like I was just depending on my faith and just my drive to like get me out of it.
Yeah.
And so like once I finally got back into a space where I started feeling like myself again, like now every day I wake up, I feel like it's a gift. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna make the most out of it because I could have been still stuck in that place. So now that I'm free from that, you know what I'm saying? Gotta live the best life that I can.
You got me beat to the point where you was like 23 hours in a day.
Man,
I couldn't do that, man. I know you really had to come from a deep, dark place. And some people be thinking it's BS when you come to it and saying, man, just keep it real. Black people can't have mental problems. Black people don't do that. Man, it's bigger.
I used to be one of those people. I used to be like, man, it's all in your head. It's all in your, bro. It's cool, bro. You just gotta stop thinking until I got there and I said, bro, what is this? You know what I mean? And you can't pull yourself out of it. It's a process. Like it really takes time. It really takes help. Like it's difficult. Like I really used to be one of those people. Like, nah, it's all in your head. Or people just be faking depression. People just be, nah, that's real.
You can't fake that, man.
It gave me a whole new perspective on it, man.
Yeah.
So that was the first project I put out was EP. I just bought some beats, you know what I'm saying? Tried to get into the craft kind of, and I rocked with it. So that 5 Stones was my first attempt at doing everything myself. Like production from scratch, like trying to put a whole concept album together. So it was like a trial in a sense.
I feel you. I like that. So after that, we call 5 Stones.
Yes, sir.
When you did 5 Stones, please don't call me sir, man. How old are you?
Nah, that's just what I said.
I know, man, but I'm like, dang.
I'm about to be 24 in 2 months.
Man, okay, so we on the same age, dog. I feel you, man.
This is a habit.
Man, you remind me of the South, man. Okay, but 5 Stones, it was like your trial run. I like how you said that. And some people really feel like, okay, would you say that was your most successful thing? It wasn't your most successful thing yet, 5 Stones. Some people would feel like if it wasn't successful, then they wouldn't have been making it.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's your trial.
Yeah.
If you ain't gonna start off, how you gonna finish something if you ain't never started?
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Who is Amber?
Amber, my guitar. Oh man. So it's crazy because I've been wanting to learn guitar for some years now. And so back in like September, I would YouTube stuff and learn like little stuff. And then one day I got real cool with this guy. He came to the studio one day. He said, I noticed you got an electric guitar. I'm like, man, I don't know what to do with it though. He said, let me show you these 4 chords. So he showed me 4 chords. He said, you practice that. You practice it. So I practiced it until my fingers blistered. Like this is all last September. Until I got it. And then literally taught myself guitar in like a month. Like I ain't cold at it yet, but like I've been doing shows with it now.
Man.
Like I'm just saying, and then in Christmas, I got blessed with that, man. So it was just like, yo, like
that's what's up.
It's crazy. And then just this past week, got another newest song.
Dang, okay,
Amber got
then.
a sister now.
Hey, okay. Well, you got a name for her?
I named her Felicia. After
Amber
Felicia Rashad, because it's black. I had to name her after a strong black woman. You
Respect
know what I mean?
my guy. Hey, I rocks with you, dog. For real, man. I rocks with you. Hey, with this. LeBron, your favorite player of all time?
Absolutely. No question. Wherever LeBron goes, that's where I am. So I've been a Cavs fan, a Miami fan, and a Lakers fan.
Awesome, dang, dog. I gotta keep real with you. You saw what happened last night.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna speak on that.
But you know, LeBron still, on the
He
road
coming
to
back.
recovery.
He'll
You know
be
what
back.
I mean?
He'll be back when he be back. Now.
Yeah.
Jordan or LeBron? Who's the GOAT?
That's a hard question, and I'm gonna say that because look, I think LeBron is the greatest overall player of all time.
Respect.
Like just as far as just court IQ.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Being a facilitator. I think a great player has to be a facilitator.
Yes.
Look, Michael Jordan is the greatest scorer of all time.
Okay.
He's the clutchest player of all time.
I gave you that one.
But like I feel like to be the greatest, you have to make the people around you great. And I don't feel like Jordan did that. I feel like he had a great team and he was a great scorer, so they made great things happen. So that's my perspective.
Man, you need to be on ESPN breaking it down like that. No, seriously, because nah, man, I'll give you that credit for LeBron, man, because dude, I'm a Celtics fan, and you know what he did to the Celtics in these last few years. Every year something dirty, dog.
They still growing though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? We'll see, dog. We'll see, Scott.
But you gotta think though, the Celtics was really the reason why LeBron had to go to Miami in the first place.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
He couldn't beat them.
Yeah, they
true.
was a tough squad back when they had Paul Pierce and them.
Man, yeah. But Paul Pierce don't want to be fat now. Talk all trash, man. He need to stop talking trash.
Man.
Real, dog. Now hold up. If you was you're stranded on an island. I love asking this one. You listen to any artist, any song, any playlist, but you got 3 options. And you're stranded on this island. What are those 3 albums or 3 artists? Who are they gonna be?
Oh man. So 3 artists, 3 albums.
It could be artists or albums.
Oh, just albums in general?
Yep.
Dang. I gotta dig back. Cause I ain't really like nothing new in a long time.
Hey, hop in the bag, man. Dig in the bag.
So I would say this artist named KB, Today We Rebel.
Okay.
Gotta bump that one. I can listen to that all day, every day.
Okay.
Lecrae, All Things Work Together.
Pause.
Yep.
My wife said you reminded her of him.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's an honor, man. It's one of my biggest inspirations.
Yeah.
Let's see. Man, I'm gonna hit you with a real conceited one.
I'm listening.
This one.
Ah.
Cause this newest joint, man, like, like it's one thing to listen to an album. It's one thing to listen to music that you like. Yeah. It's another thing that to listen to something that comes from within inside of your own mind. It's something that's authentic for you because you know your music will taste best.
Come on, man.
And if it turned out decently, it's something that you can listen to for a while. So not even for the fact that it's me, but I really rock with this music.
You better put confidence in that. No, seriously, sell that thing. And it's the truth. You need to intervene. Do you feel like every day there's more and more people that's like turning away from God?
Man, absolutely.
I can't say I'm like the most religious guy in the world. I'm just keeping Jewish. I haven't been to church in 2 years. Yeah. But gotta still keep that prayer life going because you never know, man. You never know. Tell me, other than, because I read up on it, and this is another thing that's going to keep me connect to where I read up on you were real close with your uncle. And he ended up passing, man. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Sure.
And you gotta help me out with this because my uncle ended up passing the same way from cancer, like last year, a year and a half ago. Were you at any point like just keeping it G pissed off at God or like trying to question God or you know what I'm saying, throwing out all that stuff like, yo, you took homie away from me, like, you know what I'm saying, would have been all these other crazy people could have been died. Why'd you take him? Like, what put you through, like, what got you through that, man? Man,
so best way I can put it is I was too hurt to be angry. Man. Growing out without a father figure, I didn't really see much of my biological dad growing up. Yeah. So he was the first person to step in to really do that for me, and to finally, like, all the male figures in my life that I had, it was usually brief. As soon as I got cool with somebody, they was gone. Like, and so this was the first person that was really there, who showed me, you know, what it was to be a man, who would give me those life lessons, and to lose him, like, especially at such a pivotal point in my life. It's not like I was super young, you know what I mean? It was my senior year in high school. I wanted him to see me graduate. I wanted him to take me to college, like, and so 33 years old, you know what I mean? Leukemia. And so when it happened, it just shook me, like, because I just knew, like, you know what I mean? You know, you pray, you know what I'm saying? God heals, God delivers. So, like, that's what I'm expecting. I'm like, nah, you ain't gonna let him die. Right. Like, you know what I mean? And so, like, when it happened, it was my first major death I had ever experienced in my life. So I didn't really have the chance to be angry. But one thing I did do, I was open to let it teach me what it was there to teach. And so it really showed me that nobody's life is guaranteed. Facts. Like, our lives are literally like a raindrop in the ocean. Man. You know what I mean? Like, and people, we hold this little, you know, 50 to maybe 100 years so closely, and we selfish with it. But the one thing I did learn from him is that he was never selfish with that time that he had in those 33 years. He really gave of himself. He really poured into me. He really poured into others. Like, he never really considered himself first. Wow. You know what I mean? Even in the worst parts of his sickness. Wow. And so I let that teach me a lesson over time. I was broken for a long time, man. Like, and it was crazy because, like, I would go to church, and every Saturday night before I went there the next day, I would dream about it. Wow. Like, it was crazy. So when I would get to church, I'd be broken all over again, like, every week. And so it could have really shook my faith. Damn. But, you know, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to blame God for this. I'm going to look for what's the lesson in this. And another big thing that I learned was that time does heal all wounds. But you got to let it. You know what I mean? The doctor can only do something if you know, admit yourself into the hospital. You know what I mean? If you call somebody. But if you go there and you fight in a treatment, you know what I mean? And so, like, it didn't really deter my faith, but it showed me it was a lot of things that I didn't understand. Man. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna hold you, dog. I respect you a lot more after that answer. Real talk. You wise, bro. The Valley video. Oh man, I love that video.
Appreciate that.
Real talk. I love the visuals. Who directed that? Who shot that video?
So it's
give him a shout out.
It's a girl.
Wow.
Her name is Anya Diego. So
how do you say her name?
Anya Diego.
Dang, okay.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
But, she's a beast, man. She actually got a series out now called The Rookies on Amazon TV. So definitely check it. She's a real deal. She does she does films more so. But she hit me up like, yo, I want to expand my repertoire. I want to start doing music videos, let people know that I can do that too. And so, like, she really hooked me up. She was like, hey, I just want to work with you. Let me do that. But that was just a practice video for her.
What?
Man.
Y'all did some good work for that to be a practice video? Man, y'all was up in that rooftop. I'm looking around. Was y'all like around UC?
Yeah, it was in Clifton. You know where you go up Calhoun. You know where that shell is. Right in the middle. It's on the garage right now.
Yeah, I get my gas over there.
Yes, sir.
Word to mother, man. I'm trying to.
No taking hiatus is doing my test. I am not taken by anything. Hasn't been coming my life, and I'm telling them yes. Yo, it's Treehouse, man. I thought you said we was going somewhere to chill.
Yeah, man, I know what I said, but Trey was talking about having a few friends over and throwing a little kickback.
Man, you know I ain't on it like that, man. Just ain't my scene. I ain't trying to be around all that. You know how Trey get in.
That video, it was live. It was more live than just the visuals. I'm talking about the concept of the video.
Yes, sir.
I watched that video twice in a row to see what you was meaning in that. When you hit that pause, and then your homie was like, yeah, we going over to, I forgot who house it was. And he was like, man, I ain't really trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was literally showing people from, like, real talk, people who go through stuff at an early age into high school with peer pressure and dealing with if they gonna fit in, they gonna be looking different, if they don't, you know what I'm saying, drink or smoke and do all that stuff. Like, man, I respect that. I gotta keep it real. I respect the hell out of you, dog. I gotta say that because, like, what was your biggest motivation to write that song, more or less?
So, man, to try to simplify it. It's just basically, I really like that passage of scripture. It comes from Psalms 23.
Okay.
Like, David's always been somebody I've been fascinated with in the Bible because I look at his life and I see a lot of parallels. A lot of people know him from David and Goliath, the story of the small kid to the giant. You know what I mean? And like, I'm reading it like that, and that passage is just really saying, like, no matter what it is that come my way, the valley of the shadow of death. Of course, times were a lot harder then. Like, it was literally like you could literally lose your life. Yeah. But just today, it's like, you know, with stuff that they got going on now, you're gonna get pressure to do a lot of things. Like, just even like with smoking and stuff. And I can't judge nobody. Everybody got their reason. It could be coping, just whatever. But like with the way people doing stuff now, like they lacing stuff. You know what I mean? Like people, like they setting people up. Like people getting bodied over stuff like this. So like in the valley of the shadow of death, it don't necessarily mean my life is in like immediate danger, but like it's a lot of stuff that could kill your image, your character, you know what I mean, your perspective on life, your mentality, you know what I mean, you get the wrong stuff. And so it's just like, with all of the things that pressure you, you can't be scared of it because you got to know who on your side, you know what I mean? And, you know, just really holding fast to my faith and like understanding that in abstaining from a lot of this stuff, it's not that I just, you know, God only gets the glory from it, but it's gonna benefit you in the long run. Because, like, you know what I mean? Like, staying away from that stuff is not like it's gonna hurt you. It can only help you in the long run.
Hey, now, hold up. Help me out with this.
Yep.
How did you link up with K-Drama?
Man, so it's crazy about linking up with Regis is that, Regis, that's his real name, K-Drama, is that my uncle on my dad's side, they went to school together. They went to Princeton.
Hey, Vikings.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And, so my uncle was a freshman. He was a senior.
Okay.
So they ended up getting real cool somehow. He would like take him to school every morning. They was super close. And I remember like I would see him occasionally when I was little.
Okay.
But I didn't know who he was.
Right.
You know, I got older. I would go check out his concerts. I thought he was dope. He wanted the forerunners for Christian rap. Like, you know, that was a big thing. Like in the church. Like, you know, stuff from what they considered was worldly, you know what I mean? So when people start rapping in churches, a lot of people like, man, I don't know, but you know what I mean? If they let you do it at all. Yeah. And so like guys like him and D-Mob, they were the Christian rappers in the city. Like, you know, we got like Lecrae and them, like you got Reach Records and all that, but like those were the guys that we knew. And so I got older, you know, at the end of 2015, I decided I wanted to put out a project. I wanted to take music seriously. And one of my first goals is like, I didn't want to come to him as just a fan, somebody he saw when I was little. Yeah. I wanted to come to him as an artist, you know what I mean? Like, not necessarily on equal footing, but to have something behind my name. And my goal was to do that within a year. So I dropped my album in December, had my first show in April, and by May we was booked in the same show. Go get it. After that, we was talking signing labels, like. Go get it. So I like that. Man, so it was crazy, like, to just meet him and to be able to like know, like, dang, like I remember seeing you before you was who you was. Right. Like, but yeah. Dang, that's that story.
My favorite movie.
All-time favorite. Ooh.
All time. What's your all-time favorite movie? You know every word to it. Like, somebody in the room with you, they're like, oh, nah, he watching that movie. I can't watch it with him. He gonna say the whole thing.
So it's funny. It's two of them. It's two.
Go ahead.
So that's Lion King and Major Payne.
Ah, hey, respect.
I can quote that movie word for word, man. Like,
dog, Major Payne was so funny. I ain't seen that movie in a grip either.
And that's what's crazy. I ain't seen it in like 10 years. Dang. But I can still quote every line from that movie.
You got a favorite part that you can say right now? What would it be?
The one of the most comedy parts of that movie is when he had them all lined up when he was first introducing himself. Yes. But he was just so no nonsense. So when the guy with the freckles said sneeze, as soon as he still was no time. What the heck was that, you freckle face cartoon? Hey, he was just so wrecking that movie.
Did not care. He came at everybody head.
Everybody.
Didn't care. Nonchalant and everything, dog.
But it's so funny to me now because growing up, I didn't really know how comical Damon Wayans was. That was the first movie I seen him in, so I really thought he was that serious. But now it's just like, bro, he was acting up.
He didn't care with that goal too. Oh my God. That goal too, we couldn't tell him nothing, dog. Hey, real talk. My favorite part of that movie, man, I had to say was the cupcake. They gave him that cupcake.
Man.
That laxative cupcake.
With the pink ice.
Yes. He ate the whole thing like,
oh, man.
Foreigner killed that dude's soul when he walked right past him. Real talk, dog.
I'm telling you,
man.
Boy.
Hey, and then you say Lion King, homie?
Lion
hey,
King. So,
respect. I know you ready for the new one.
Man.
The new one coming out. Well, Beyonce in there.
Yep.
Childish Gambino in there.
Yep. That's going to be cool. Just the different creative minds behind there. I know the music going to be ridiculous.
Heck
like,
yeah.
I know it'll be the same songs. I know they're going to modernize it.
You already know it.
Like, I think the thing I appreciate about the Lion King the most, of course, initially was Mufasa. You got James Earl Jones. You know what I mean? You got to respect that.
And he back in the new one, too.
Man, you hear me? So, like, just the voices that they got in there. But, like, I think what I like most about the Lion King movies was the music. And I think it really shaped a lot of my musical tastes growing up. I think that's what I appreciate about Disney. I wasn't a huge fan of Disney movies. Yeah. But, like, the music.
Yeah.
Like, so, I think that's what really, you know.
Big cartoon fan?
Yeah, still to this day.
All right. I know kids don't never grow up, bro. The kid in us never grows up. What's your all-time favorite cartoon?
Let's see. I gotta say Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z is yours?
So it's hard. It was in between that and Naruto.
Oh, dog, you gonna have to tell me now. Who's your favorite Dragon Ball Z character?
I know this is gonna be real typical, but it's Goku.
That ain't that's the OG.
It's his attitude, bro. He don't care. He like, bro, I don't care who you are, bro. You can run this fade.
Word to
but he's
mother.
so positive too, though.
Yep.
Like, bro, he don't care.
And 19, man. We just hit the year a couple weeks ago. You already moving. Is this your first interview of the year?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yep.
What are your goals for this new year?
Man, so my goals are first and foremost to land a spot on the major tour within my realm. Like if they was to put me on a secular tour, you know what I mean? I gotta give it just as hard. Yeah. But like, there's certain people that I look up to within this half of the industry that I think I would benefit from to land on a major spot, and I think that's gonna be the next step to boosting my fan base. Okay. I want the album to get some type of accolade. Of course, everybody does when it drops, but I just feel like well, I think I got something going here with this one. You know what I mean? Like, I put a lot more time into it, a lot more. Not that I didn't in the earlier ones, but like I really think that people need to hear this one. Yeah. And I don't want that reach to just be limited to the tri-state area. Respect. You know what I mean? Respect. I wanna plan on my own full length tour. Okay. I did it in December of last year. I planned a mini one just to kind of get an idea of the work that it took behind the scenes, like all of that, to just basically see what it took to do that. Yeah. And it was difficult. Okay. Like it was tough. It's a lot more work in the planning and the tour than you think. It's a lot more people to take care of. You know what I mean? So, I've learned a lot from that, and now like this year I want to do a full. You know what I mean? Go from hit a few different states. Okay. Really look more on the back end and look and see where my fan bases are. Like I looked into the analytics and realized like my biggest fan base is in Texas, like in Dallas and Houston. Like my number, like Cincinnati was like number 23 at first. Wow. I mean, it jumped up to the top 5 now, but like I want to be able to look at that stuff and really plan accordingly. Yeah. So my biggest goal is just to summarize, like I said, land a spot on a major tour, get some accolades on the album, and really playing my own full-length tour. Dude. So.
People won't let you do better. Nah, they quick to switch up like the weather. Why? Honestly, I couldn't tell you. They give you a boost, but they hope for failure. Really not losing no sleep, guys. Perfect and strength when I'm weak. In a seat, and then you better.